Thomas with America's Gentlemen, and today we are diving into the fantastic history of a classic cocktail that has stood the test of time, the Sazerac. This drink isn't your average cocktail, it's a piece of New Orleans history, bursting with flavor and tradition. So grab your glasses and let's explore the origins and the recipe of the Sazerac. The roots of the Sazerac reach all the way back to the early 19th century. Now, it's fabled that the cocktail was first crafted in the 1830s by a Creole apothecary named Antoine Peychaud. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, he had a bit of a flair for flavors, and so he created his own aromatic bitters, which would eventually become the signature ingredient of the drink, the Sazerac. He served his concoction in a certain type of glass, also known as a Sazerac, which is named, obviously, after the man who invented it and the brandy that he used. Now, as you can see, the name comes from a fine brandy which was popular at the time, but over the years, the Sazerac evolved from its humble beginnings. Originally, it was simply a mix of these bitters that he put in with the brandy and the sugar and water. But as taste changed, the cocktail began to incorporate other ingredients as well. So by the mid to late 1800s, rye whiskey started becoming more popular than the brandy due to the rising preference for a stronger spirit. The iconic drink we know today typically contains rye whiskey instead of brandy, although brandy is still respected in some circles and variations of this drink. Now let's talk about another important twist in this delightful cocktail's history, absinthe. During the late 1800s, absinthe became a widely popular spirit, and it wasn't long before it found its way into the Sazerac. The inclusion of the anise-flavored liquor gives the drink an aromatic kick that sets it apart from other cocktails and other variations of the Sazerac. So, who's responsible for solidifying the Sazerac's status in quasi-essential New Orleans drink? Well, it's none other than the revered bartender and entrepreneur himself, Harry Craddock. Working in the famed hotel, Craddock began to serve the Sazerac, and his artistic flair behind the bar helped propel the cocktail into fame. Over the years, it became associated not just with cocktails, but with the vibrant culture of New Orleans itself. In fact, the Sazerac is so integral to New Orleans and its culture that in 2008, it was declared the official cocktail of the city of New Orleans. It represents the very spirit of the city itself, rich in history, flavor, and character. Today you'll find Sazerac on menus at bars across the United States and internationally as well. Every bartender putting their own spin to this classic drink. So now that we have a solid grasp on the history, let's get down to the fun part. Let's make a Sazerac. If you're ready to mix one up, here's what you're gonna need. First, gather all your ingredients. You'll need some rye whiskey, cask strength rye if you're feeling adventurous, along with some bitters, sugar, absinthe if you got it, and a lemon. Not to forget, you'll also need some ice and a good mixing glass. The first step is to rinse your glass with absinthe. This step not only adds flavor, but it also adds that elegant aroma that is the hallmark of a well-made Sazerac. Next, add sugar to your mixing glass. Again, you can use a sugar cube, or you can use your own sugar mixture that we often do here at America's Gentlemen with a simple syrup mix. So you're going to want to muddle that sugar and the bitters together until the sugar dissolves completely. Now it's time for the rye whiskey. Pour about 2 ounces into the mixing glass. Now, if you're like me and you prefer a little bit more of a fruity sweetness, you can add a splash of brandy at this stage as well. Totally up to you. Add the ice into the mixing glass and give it a good stir with a bar spoon until the mixture is nice and chill. It's probably going to take about 30 to 35 seconds to do. Once the drink is mixed, strain it into your prepared glass that was rinsed with the absinthe. To finish it off, you're going to take a lemon peel and express the oils over the drink by twisting it and running it around the rim of your glass. And there you have it, the classic Sazerac. Slip it slowly to enjoy the rich flavors and let the history wash over you. Each sip is going to take you on a journey through time, connecting you back to the rich cultural tapestries of New Orleans. So, whether you're enjoying this at home or ordering it at one of your favorite cocktail bars, you are now armed with the knowledge and skills to appreciate this iconic drink. Cheers from America's Gentlemen.